Hello, good evening and welcome to Newcastle and round 6 of the FIM SuperEnduro World Championship. I'm Dave Moore and we are here for the Grand Prix of Great Britain.
Here at the beautiful Newcastle Arena, my name is Andrew Reeves and I'm going to be hosting and commentating and taking you through a wonderful journey.
It could be another historical night here in Newcastle. Billy Bolt poised to win the world title. Also, alongside me is one of the competitors tonight, Paul Bolton. Paul, you're in the expert class.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Well, you know, watching it all the time, and from the first, time we came here to Newcastle, I wanted to get my boots dirty and get straight back into the racing. You know, I've been missing it. I've missed the competitiveness of the racing, and what a track we've got tonight, Dave.
It is. It looks very, very exciting. As I say, full capacity crowd in the Newcastle Arena. The third time we've been here, and next week we will wrap the whole season up in France at Douai. But we're expecting Billy Bolt, perhaps in the second race tonight, will wrap up the world title for a 6th time.
Yep, and what a campaign we've had to this point. It's been absolutely epic. And like I say, Billy, he has been on fire from start to finish. A little bit sketchy at the very beginning, but yeah, what a ride.
And what a ride it was for him last week in Belgrade. Maximum points, not only in SuperPole, but in all 3 races. And I think it's an 85-point lead he has coming into tonight. This is how he did it a week ago. Was it really a week ago?
It really was. And yeah, he just had so many, line choices. The way he broke through the traffic was absolutely insane. And he was just breaking through. You can see, look at the moves. He pulled 2 riders in one log double there, and then a little hop over that out of the sand section. And you just absolutely annihilated this turn.
Yeah, Toby Martin and Johnny Walker didn't know what hit them. The lightning bolt did. And then Mitch Brightmore, the early race leader, that was the move, wasn't it? To just block him off like that. Bolt Airways came into land.
That's exactly what we called, Dave, that night. It literally was a huge gap, and to be able to keep the bike settled going off that rock section was incredible. And yeah, this was another little moment that he did have, one of the rare occasions he does go on the ground, but it just shows how hard he is pushing.
Yeah, and Mitch Brightmore, was great to see Mitch. Ash Brightmore, his brother, came back from injury last weekend, but Billy Bolt was the star of the show. Race 1, done and dusted. Another maximum points, and then on to the reverse gate.
Alfredo Gomez with a great start there, but just getting blocked out by Dominic Olshavi.
Yeah, Olshavi had a disappointing round in Belgrade a week ago. It looked at this point, we thought maybe we'll see the old Dominic Olshavi, but he faded as the race went on. Freddie Gomez, though, rolling back the years and rolling back the throttle to lead, but Billy Bolt was soon on a charge. He managed to make his way past Olshavi. Next was Carlson on the Stark bike. Once he'd taken care of him, it was then on to Johnny Walker.
Yeah, he was hunting Johnny down and he pulls the pin on Eddie there, just trying to block him out a little bit inside line, moves into his line a little bit. Nothing wrong with that at all, and it's fantastic racecraft like we always say with Billy. Pops the flipping plug there on that Billy Bolt Airlines again, and then through away he goes. He was actually doing that triple just before the sand section as well.
So absolutely incredible. Once he got past Johnny Walker again, there was no stopping them. Walker with that moment with Diogo Vieira, which unfortunately Vieira hurt himself, but Billy Bolt didn't hurt his title surge any bit by taking another maximum point. So the third and final race in Belgrade, Toby Martin, well, we're expecting the electric bikes on a big start like that to get away, but carnage.
Yeah, it was carnage. Ash going down there in the first turn, but yeah, just touching on Diego Vieira. He is injured. He's going to sit this one out. He's not made it over to the UK. Johnny Walker is also injured with his thumb and his hand. So yeah, we're going to see a very wounded Johnny Walker tonight. But man, Dave, every time I watch that clip of that moment, it just does not get old.
It doesn't, does it? And also I'll just mention our treat. If you were watching last year or in Newcastle last year, later on tonight we're going to show race 2 Prestige from last year. One of the best, greatest races in the history of SuperEnduro. That's to come. We'll have some great racing before then, of course, courtesy, I think, of this man in front of his home crowd.
Yeah, well, he's got business to deal with tonight. He's got to get things wrapped up if he can. Obviously anything can happen in racing, especially off-road motorcycling. he just got so much more comfortable with that move all night long. That quad down off the rocks.
Yeah.
Big battle there with Eddie Carlson and Mitch Brightmore.
Eddie was giving it some, but Mitch Brightmore just saw him off. And then Billy Bolt, 63 points out of a possible 63. The Bolt show just rolls on and on and on. So overall then, Eddie Carlson back on the podium, Mitch Brightmore in a very strong second place, and Billy Bolt on top spot. So let's hear from one of the riders.
And I'm joined here by a great duo, Billy Bolt and Lee Edmondson. Hello you guys. Well, let me get back to what happened in Gliwice, because we've seen beautiful pictures of you two getting so emotional. That was a special moment definitely for both of you, but looks like apparently big boys can cry too.
Yeah, you know, it was nice. To be honest, that was probably the most pressure I've felt in a long time, because I really wanted it to be a fitting ending for Lee. So like I say, it was a mixture from obviously sad that everything was coming to an end, but also I would say relief that we managed to finish it with a win.
Lee, you have been alongside Billy through championships, injuries, pressure moments, victories. What a journey it's been. How was it for you personally, and for those who maybe see only the racing side of the sport, what kind of person is Billy and how was the cooperation with him going?
I mean, yeah, it's been it was a crazy kind of 9 years. It went super fast, but yeah, watching Billy grow from the start was probably the most precious thing, and we kind of grew together, because like when I started, I didn't really have too much of an idea what I was doing, and Billy didn't have any idea what he was doing. But one thing we do knew, that obviously he was going to be as successful as what he is today, so that was pretty good. And yeah, we just grew together really.
So what made you take that decision? What led to that moment you decided to step away from the role?
To be honest, it was more from the travelling side. I have like my wife and obviously a little baby that's 2 years old now, and being away and missing them a lot. So I just wanted to be at home a little bit more and give them the time that she deserved growing up. So that was the main thing, but he's always there, so it's like we always speak a little bit and stuff like that, and he knows whenever he needs me, I'm there, so.
Understandable. But anyway, I believe it must have been a very difficult decision to make and tough decision to take.
Yeah, definitely. But like Lee said, you know, I'm happy everything kind of went the way it did, and you know, I'm proud of him for what he's going on to do, and you know, he has businesses to run and families to look after, and you know, at some point, you know, it's life. Everyone wants to move on and do their own thing. So, like I say, I'm just really grateful. Obviously, we had an amazing time together, and grateful that it got to end in the way it did. You know, like it was. The decision obviously was Lee's decision. I mean, it wasn't like I wanted him to stop, but at the same time, I was happy, you know, with the things he's doing and the decisions he's made, and I could see that, you know, it's nice. I'm really happy for what he's starting to build and stuff like that. So, like I say, it was an amazing time and a really nice way for it all to come to an end.
You obviously achieved so much in the sport. We usually watch we watch the riders on the track, but obviously the success is also a big team effort as well. How important is the common trust between the mechanic and the rider during the event, beside the event?
Yeah, I mean, it's big to have the connection that you have between rider and mechanic. Like at the start of the time, me and Billy was almost living together as well. We were travelling so much together as well. It was kind of mad, because we were just almost mates doing something that we loved, which was the best way. And I think that's what made us kind of grow into what we are today, really.
It's really cool to hear this. Well, beautiful story. And
he has one more world championship than me in SuperEnduro, you know. Yeah, I had a broken leg in 2019, so he filled in and was mechanic for Colton, and they won the championship that year. So, well, at the moment he has one more championship than me.
We'll see.
At the moment.
At the moment, yeah, we'll see what's going to happen tonight. Are you both excited?
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's sold out in his hometown, so yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be a good night.
Thank you so much for joining. Good luck, Billy. Have fun tonight.
Thank you. That's the plan. Like I say, I mean, I've been happy with how everything's working so far, and you know, fortunately, that's kind of put me in a good position that I am. So don't need to overthink anything. I just want to keep executing, ride like I know how to ride, and whatever happens, happens. But like I say, there's no reason to change anything or to anything crazy now. Everything's been working as it should. So let's see what happens. I think it's going to be a good night, as Lee said. Sold out here in the UK yet again. Amazing, like so cool to see. Also, so many young fans here. So yeah, hopefully this place gets wild and they get a good show tonight.
Looking forward to it. Billy Bolt, Lee Edmondson, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcelena, there with Billy Bolt and Lee Edmondson.
Oh.
So, what are we looking at here, Paul Bolton?
Well, this is me on a Kawasaki 250, and yeah, I'm loving being back on track. But as you can see, just struggling a little bit with the fitness, not had enough time on the bike. But do you know what, mate? I'm loving back being on the track, and what a good laugh it's been.
All right, you've been out there today. No one knows this track better than Paul Bolton. So we'll get Paul's analysis.
Hello and welcome to round 6. We're here in Newcastle. It's the FIM SuperEnduro World Championship. We're right here on the start. The conditions are quite soft and spongy in places. So let's go and have a look at the track. Out to the start gate, the guys are going to come up and over this roller here, and then they're going to do a super hard left over some tricky logs. At the end of the lap, once you've done this finish line jump, we're going to come land and then swing it back round this way, and then we're going to head down this section here, which is probably the trickiest section of the track. So as you hit that first right hand turn from the finish line jump, they're going to come in, they've got a double in over a big hole into some lengthy logs, and yeah, if they can get through fast enough and precise enough, then maybe they can double this section here, but we'll have to wait and see what they do. So onto the concrete section here, up and over and into, maybe sliding into the concrete pipe. So as you can see, this section here is quite tall. These really do set you up, and really heavy hits through the arms, through the body, very fatiguing sections. Then, plan A. You land, you precisely move the back wheel out a little bit if you can. You hit this one on an angle, you kind of slide a little bit, which tilts you out, and then you fire out that way. That's what the best boys in the world will be doing, I'm pretty sure. So after the concrete pipe, we've got this really tricky rock section. So many different lines. We've got an inside line. This is riders left on my side here, riders right. And then some of the guys are going to jump this whole thing, especially in the prestige class. It's a big lift from nothing. We can see ruts being created around the track. And then into the big up and over wood section. Up and over the wood, this is the nicest part with the most flow to it. Then you've got a lovely jump here, a lovely double jump onto that landing. Really nice right-hand turn into a super long matrix. We've got the first part of the matrix, and then moving through over the tyres. Some of the guys are jumping right over into a blind landing, and then you've got the second part of the matrix. So we'll walk down through there. So blind over the tyres into here, we might see some of the bigger guys jump all the way to this one. I'm not sure what they're going to pull on this one, but we'll have to see. Big hit to the next one. The big problem is with this is the distance between each log. That's the technical side. You've got to land inch perfect to get this right. So, and then we're straight into the rock section. So into the big rock section after the matrix. We've got so many lines from an inside line. That line for me is probably going to stay drier throughout the races. And then shifting across, we've got this one, that one, all the way outside here that takes you a long way, but you can carry more speed into it. It's going to be about racecraft. It's going to be about finding the flow. And then we're into another part of the track just before the finish line jump. There's another double that I think the riders are going to get. So let's check that out. So after that really tricky rock section with multiple lines, they're into this section, hardly any transition. I think some of the guys are going to jump this from a dead start. Let's pace it out. 1, 2, 3, 4 meters from a dead stop. They're over the finish line jump and then again into another lap. So let's check out what it looks like from Ash Brightmore's perspective.
Hey everyone, Ashton Brightmore here. Here we're at round 6 in Newcastle, and this is a track preview. So off the start straight, we're going straight into a left-hander, over some logs, turning left again, nice little double into a 180 right, down the nice log matrix, a few different sequences here, maybe a nice little jump there, a few more logs, turning right into a long rock garden, plenty of lines here for the racing, should be good. Then turning right again, bit of a log pile, over the big finish line jump, straight into a 180 right, then we're coming back across along ourselves, over the logs, more logs over there, into the concrete section now, doing a left, jump the rocks, a few different lines there, nice spine, back onto the lap, maybe we could go inside here, make a few different lines for the racing. I think there'll be a lot of passes here during the races, so keep your eyes out there. Then we'll go round the rocks again, a bit harder up the inside, a lot slower, so interesting. Then maybe we can double here, back along to the finish line and send it over. Watch it all on SuperEnduro.tv.
So these are the riders we're going to expect to entertain us tonight. Manny Lettenbichler came back in Serbia last week at Belgrade, and we're expecting more of the same from Manny. Toby Martin has just got stronger and stronger with each round. On the start bike, he is looking forward to performing in front of his home crowd. Also as well, his teammate from Sweden, Steady Eddie Karlsson, podium at the Grand Prix of Serbia a week ago, and he is going to be strong here in Newcastle. Ashton Brightmore getting stronger, returned to the championship following his crash at the opening round in Gliwice in Poland in round 1. Came back in Serbia last week. And Mitch Brightmore dislocated his shoulder in Spain a few rounds ago. He has just gotten better and stronger ever since then. Second in the overall standings, Johnny Walker, as Paul said earlier, is carrying a little bit of an injury tonight, but he will not want to disappoint this British crowd. And who else? Billy Bolt, looking to make it 6 times world champion in SuperEnduro, and we think he's going to do it in race number 2. So Paul is going to be racing in the expert class, so as we look at SuperPole, but just before we do that, let me introduce my co-commentator for the expert classes and for SuperPole this evening, and it is none other than a world sidecar champion, multiple Isle of Man TT winner, and off-road enthusiast Ben Birchall. Ben, thank you for coming along. Welcome to Newcastle. How excited are you about tonight?
The pleasure is all mine for sure. It's I really look forward to this event. My first time last year and just raved about it ever since, and I cannot tell you, the atmosphere in this place is amazing.
Just as you say that, a big round of applause just goes up around here because the riders have just been presented. This is live pictures from the arena right now here in Newcastle. And what is it about SuperEnduro that drew you in the first place, Ben?
I started doing a little bit myself for fitness. I mean, we're bike fans and it goes without saying, but the SuperEnduro thing, when I realised how difficult it is to do Enduro, to then do SuperEnduro, look at SuperEnduro, it blows my mind. And to see the guys doing what they do in such an intense, small vicinity, for the length of time they have to do it and the effort that goes into it, it's mind-blowing.
That could be the same I could say about you doing 120 miles an hour laps around the Isle of Man TT. Let's just listen in to what Johnny and Billy have got to say.
Good stuff. Good. It's good to see you, Johnny. You're packing a little bit of an injury tonight. We've heard that you've got a bit of a hand injury. You've got second place, champion at the bit there, so we're looking forward to some close racing tonight, yeah?
No, yeah, just a little injury, but it's not too bad. I think... as you said, it's going to be close racing tonight, and Mitch is riding good, Ash is there, everyone's on fire, so I think you're definitely in for a good night of racing.
Brilliant. Well, we're going to look forward to seeing you racing tonight, ladies and gents. Ladies and gents, number 22, Johnny Walker!
There we go, Andy. What do we make of that?
That was great, wasn't it? We got to see the riders, everybody got to meet them, we got to chat with them. Should we get back on the stage? Come on, let's go.
No, we better.
We better get on the stage. What's next? We've got SuperPole coming up, haven't we? So, just to tell you about what's happened today, ladies and gents, we've had 1,000
So there we go, a little taste of what's happening in the Utilita Arena here in Newcastle. So, Ashton Brightmore is going out on track. So we'll expect the lights to come on very, very soon.
You could really feel the tension from the interviews then, couldn't you,
Yeah.
the guys? It means so much to them.
It is. And again, Brits, it's great to have the British round back on the Super Enduro calendar. We last had, well, before Newcastle was Liverpool back in 2013, the 2013-14 campaign. But yeah, it's great to be back in Newcastle. I know that we're expected to be in Newcastle for the next 2 years as well. Sellout crowd. So some of the riders just having a blast around at the moment. Don't know if I'd like to in the dark though at the moment, Ben. It's a bit dark, isn't it?
You know, I was just thinking that the only time that I really get to ride in dark is the practice at TT. If you're late coming home, it's certainly the sun's going down, but it's not as dark as this.
Yeah, this is pretty dark. I don't know whether maybe Paul Edmondson, the promoter, has not paid the electricity bill. That wouldn't surprise anybody, but maybe we'll have the main lights turned on very soon. Here we go. Yeah, and I'm sorry about that, Paul, if you're listening.
Is he a Yorkshireman? I'm not sure.
No, he's West Midlands.
No, we'll let him off.
So Manny Letton-Bickler will be the first one out. He'll have a warm-up and then he'll attack. 3 points on offer, of course, for SuperPole for coming first. 2 points for second place, 1 point for third. We're counting down, we're getting closer, folks. And we could, as I keep mentioning, we could witness history tonight. Billy Bolt should be landing title number 6 to equal that of Super Enduro legend Tadej Blazusiak. No one else has won 6 Super Enduro world titles. Billy's got 5, Tadej has 6. We're expecting Billy to do that this evening.
What an achievement, that amount of world championships, that amount of consistency.
So what do you think of the course, Ben?
I don't think I'd like to go on it, to be honest.
What is it about it that...
I don't know, I have a phobia with logs, and we seem to make a real mess with logs, so it's definitely not one for me, but the technical vibe to it is amazing, and Bolts us sort of lap and talked us through a lap, and you can see that they actually are so precise, and they have to be, and you know, they're not just going mad at it and opening the throttle and hoping for the best. They know exactly every millimetre of it. And yeah, hence they can ride around in the dark.
It's amazing with you riding Enduro, and 2 weeks ago I was in the Isle of Man and I saw the current, if you don't mind me saying, Isle of Man cycle champions, Ryan and Callum Crowe, and they were both out doing the green lanes, you know. But what is it, fitness? Is it honing, sharpness? What is it about riding off-road very quickly before we do Manny's lap?
Yeah, for me, it's bike fitness, and it's being zoned in and just putting yourself in that place where you know you're going to be.
Okay, well, we know where Manny Letton-Bickler is. Just about to start. Here we go. Clock is ticking. Great to have Manny back. He was in the first round in Gliwice. He made his return to Super Enduro a week ago in Serbia. He's not really renowned for Super Enduro, Manny. Off the outdoor hard enduro series in the summer is more to his liking, but he is still a massive talent. And of course, we had his KTM teammate Joseph Garcia doing some incredible things over the opening 3 rounds. A little bit of a mistake there from Letty. Oh, to get there, Ben.
Yeah, feeling the pressure.
Crosses the line, so he does a 36.0. So next is Toby Martin, who has been really impressive this season, hasn't he? We've made the switch to the electric bike. So here we go, clock is about to start. So here goes Toby Martin in front of his home crowd, of course.
What sort of time are we expecting from these guys on the Super Bowl?
Yeah, again, very similar, just inside. I mean, Billy could be like a 32 maybe. You know, it's... But the trick is not to spend too much time in the air. Oh, he hit that hard, and he had a hit like that in a recent round as well. That's cost him not only time, but it's cost him momentum as well.
Might have cost him a few teeth as well, like, look at that one.
Across the line he goes. Has he bettered? Oh, 34.9. So that's good. So I think Billy's going to be down near 30. So Toby Martin, with that mistake, just inside 35 seconds.
You could see the frustration then as he pulled up. Yeah.
So here's his teammate, Eddie Carlson. Used to race at the big Husqvarna 450. Switched to the electric and has been absolutely superb since he moved to Stark. They've got really good speed coming off the line. They need the clutch going into corners and that, don't they? Which they don't have, obviously.
Yeah. And I suppose they've got a fair bit more weight to carry as well.
There's that as well. So here goes Eddie. It's going to be inside 34 by the looks of things. Big time, yes. 33.8 for Eddie Carlson. But again, we saw that if there were any mistakes, they weren't too noticeable from Eddie Carlson on that lap.
Yeah, he just carried the momentum, didn't he?
Yeah. So Ash Brightmore a week ago was around 6th or 7th. He qualified 4th fastest today. And we're expecting a little bit more from him, and he's expecting a little bit more from himself. Not done too much on the bike, he said, in between last week and this week. But I would expect Ashton Brightmore, still only 19 years of age, I would expect Ashton will go inside 33.8 if he can do a faultless lap. Nice.
Yeah, he does look good, doesn't he?
He's frighteningly good for someone so young. And you look to the future, you think, where is the next Billy Bolt going to come from? And it doesn't take too long. 2 doubles there. Gets the weight on the back of the bike. Oh, this is quick. This is very quick. It's gone SuperPole 33.4, 4/10 quicker than Eddie Carlson. But we still have Johnny Walker to come. We still have Ash's brother Mitch to come, and we also have Billy Bolt. So here is Mitch now. Mitch had a terrible SuperPole last week. Just got into the sand section, ended up paddling around looking for some hard pack that wasn't there, and ended up dropping the bike. So he ended up qualifying in 7th. So here we go. Mitch Brightmore on the gas, the X-Grip machine. About hitting those logs and keeping that speed going, keeping that momentum going. Triple there. Nicely done. Again, just like his brother, there's nothing really too different. He's gone a bit tighter on the inside. This is going to be quick, but can he go pole? Here we go, it's going to be close. It is 32.4. A second faster than Ash Brightmore.
That is a big jump.
Yeah, we're looking at 30 seconds for Billy Bolt here, 31, definitely. So, Ash and Mitch, congratulations. So Johnny Walker is on track now. What can Johnny do? Johnny Walker on his way.
A little bit out into the first corner there.
Was. Oh! Just hit the top of the pipe and then just landed heavily. Nice around the berm, carries the speed out. Exit speed is so crucial, of course.
In the interview earlier, it just looked like he was feeling the pressure a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's a home round, isn't it?
It is.
British machine.
Has he taken it? 32.7. Just outside, 3/10 outside. Now then, at this moment in time, the Utilita Arena has a roof on it. That roof might come off in a minute. So here goes the world champion, the homeboy. Listen to this, it's getting louder already. So Billy's on his way, 32.4 to beat. Nice and tight. If Johnny Walker was hot, that was warm.
Yeah.
You can see already the difference in his riding style, the power. The 350 really, he chucks it around. You see, he even goes tight there. He gets the exit speed good, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Goes wide. Here we go, folks. Something special about to happen here in Newcastle. Oh, 32.0. He takes it by 0.4 of a second.
Listen to the crowd. There's your pole, man.
There we go. Another 3 points closer to becoming world champion.
We are on for some race though. There's not that much difference in the times, is there?
No, there's not. Well, last year will live long in the memory, won't it, Ben? That second race last year between all the Brits, Johnny, Billy, Ash and Mitch. And Billy was making mistakes and everything. But anyway, let's hear from Billy Bolt, our SuperPole winner. He's down with Marcelena.
That's right, Billy Bolt. What a surprise to win SuperPole again with such a great time. You even better the time from the time practice. How is that?
It was tough, you know. Everybody went faster, so I knew I had to. The track was running fast, and it really ups the pressure a little bit. But I was pretty happy. Not the best final corner, but like I say, the rest of the lap executed pretty good, and nice off to a good start. Let's try and keep it this way.
And because all the audience can hear you right now, what a support you have from the tribune here.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing. I feel grateful that we get to bring this sport to the UK, and never mind to bring it to Newcastle, my hometown. So. Thank you everyone for coming out. Hope you have a good night, and thanks guys.
Thank you, Billy. Have fun.
Thank you.
And if anyone knows how to have fun on a motorbike, it's Billy Bolt. So what about this young man, Ash Brightmore? Just his second round since coming back from injury, and he takes third fastest. So great performance from Ash Brightmore. Mitch Brightmore as well, he's been so strong, I keep repeating it, since Spain, since dislocating his shoulder. We wondered at that time, would he be, you know, we knew he'd be able to compete, but we weren't sure at what level, but he's been absolutely stunning. And also he's in the battle with Johnny Walker for second place in the overall standings. I think it's pretty much a given that Billy Bolt is going to take the world title tonight. It will be, I think he'll still, even if he just went home now or went on holiday, he'd still have the red plate going into France in a week's time. So yeah, then Billy Bolt, 3 big points for him. So Johnny Walker was third fastest, ahead of Ash Brightmore. Mitch Brightmore was second quickest, but Billy Bolt 3 points clearer to that, or closer I should say, to that world title. So that's how it confirms. Billy Bolt, Mitch Brightmore